To everyone. Oh,
The
thanks, Robin. To the second to last PTA meeting of the year, which is really wild. I cannot believe this year has flown by. I warned some if I go off camera, it's because I have yucky sneezing fits. But I'm still here and here's my face, so you know it's me. Um, but that said, let me look at my agenda because my brain is also shot from all the boogers. Um, like I said, one more meeting. The last one is really important in June. That's where we elect our officers for next year. So tonight we will hear that the proposed slate for next year, slate of officers. Next month is when we will actually vote or not vote to elect them in. So that is a really important one to attend if you can. And it'll be the second Tuesday of June, whatever that date is. I don't remember off the top of my head. Recent happenings, Spring Fair was this past Friday. It went really well, I think, overall. We always take away various things. Christiane, I'm sure you have lots of concessions takeaways, including a cash box down there, which I already said, and some other things. Wesley was like, he was so helpful, and that had to have been so hard for him with his friends there. Like, I was proud of him, and I don't even really know him, but we appreciate your help. We did do something new this year. We had spiritware in person for sale. So a couple months ago at one of the PTA meetings, we realized we had an influx of cash. Membership voted to spend $1,000 on spiritware to have on hand. We did only youth sizes. We got rid of a lot of it. I think it was 5 designs. I think it was 3, and we're still going over the numbers to figure out. I didn't have a chance to go through all that. Um, to figure out how much we spent versus earned, but I believe it was 5 designs, 3 short sleeves, 2 long sleeves. Obviously, the short sleeves did way better now. The other 2 are generic enough that for like Beaver Blast Off and whatever movie night, they're fine. We had some good feedback from Ms. Liz Rogers, who's on here, about perhaps a chopper stuffy for next year for various things, which, let's be real, all the kids would con us all out of. So we just need to find someone who can do them. So that was a good idea. We got our first commission check from our online spiritware orders. It was about $315, which included commission from the $1,000 worth of stuff we placed. Not great. It's 12% minus taxes and shipping fees. So, I mean, it's good. The stuff we ordered, we were able to do in bulk. And so some of it we could kind of keep at cost and some we could raise so we could make it a little bit more doable for our families, which was nice. And people seemed really excited we had it. I had some adults that really wanted stuff, and that was the other takeaway. Have the QR code to the website so adults could order stuff because I don't know, trying to order adult and kid sizes seems like a lot just to have on hand. Um, my other thing, audit committee. In June, we have to vote in our audit committee. I see Scott in the background. I know you volunteered, yay. And I know Ken Balbuena did. We need one more, and we don't have to vote them in tonight. Putting it out there. Typically, not typically, oftentimes our new treasurer for the next year joins as well. Just because it kind of gives them an idea of things, what's going on, what's expected. And I will say with Scott on there as a past treasurer, it's a really good opportunity. So I will put that out there and leave that be, but we need to do that in June. So we've got 2 out of 3. I see we have our nominating committee members on here. Paula, I think everybody's on. Well, Paula and Karen are on here, at least. Miss Chung is not. Would one of you like to present this proposed slate of officers for next year, which we would then vote on in our June meeting? Don't know, jump up at once.
I'll do it. That's fine. Wait, hold on. I have to make Henry start kicking this ball. Okay. All right, sorry. Okay, so we have a candidate for all of the positions. Karen is the candidate for president. Kristen will be moving to secretary. AJ Alexandra
From membership, I will throw that
Yes.
out there.
Or membership. Okay. Alexandra, which is AJ, is the candidate for treasurer. Lori will be the candidate again for enrichment. Robin is the candidate for fundraising, and Giselle has agreed to be the candidate for membership. So those are the 6. Does anyone have any questions?
So Karen obviously
Can't
has
make it to the June meeting. Is that a problem since I'm on the? I can't make it to the June meeting.
That's okay. That's
Okay, I'm chaperoning an 8th grade dance, so I would probably prefer
Godspeed.
to be at the June meeting.
Godspeed. You didn't, yeah, you're good. A little extra info. Karen has a rising 3rd grader and then a tiny person who's a year away from kindergarten. AJ, you have a rising K and first
grader.
Robin has 2 rising 3rds. Kristen has a rising K and a rising 3rd. And I'm forgetting, Lori has a rising, I'm like, who am I forgetting? Lori has a rising 4th, 2nd, and a tiny person a year off of kindergarten. And these will all be sent out as well in the newsletter tomorrow, of course, and then voted on, or we will be doing it from the floor if the thing warrants it next month. But any questions on that? Our nominating committee again was Paula, who was just speaking, Karen Mast, and Ms. Trung. So we had good representation on both sides, which I like personally. All right, if no questions, Robin, you want to do minute approval?
I would love to. Let me see. Just get it real quick. So I'm not good at this, so hold on one second. Where did it go? Hold on, I lost it. Let me find it again. I had it up on the same screen as the Zoom, and I guess the Zoom didn't like that. So I'm just going to put it in a different screen.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to find them under pressure too, but the pressure is real.
Okay, I think I can get it. Now I just need to find the Zoom again. You tell I'm super good at computers. I tell you, Jack is way better at it than I am. Jack is so good at it, and I'm so not. Okay.
Those coding kids, when I pick them up, man, they're telling me about all the things they're doing, and I can't do anything.
All right, can you guys see it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Now I did this in the car on the back roads of Pennsylvania, so hopefully everything's okay. But okay, so last month we had a quorum, which is great. Lauren went over the spiritware and how we were going to buy a bunch to have on hand. We also added the design winners to the shop. We had some representatives from Holmes Middle School to come and go over everything that's going to be happening for our kids who are going into middle school. They talked about the daily schedules, about how you can visit homes, different homework. She talked about the different conflicts that were happening in school and the things they are doing to try to help that out. Bathroom situations, counselor situations. So we went over her talk, and then Lauren went over how April is the month of the military child, how we had 2 people from the nominating committee and we're looking for a third. Then I went to approve the minutes for the treasury report. Chrissy went over that. We were doing really well for money, which is great. With Kristen, there's no new membership stuff to talk about. And then for enrichment, the dance classes and iCode were about to start. Then we went over the different things for Teacher Appreciation Week, and Spring Fair and the True Book Fair contest for the bookmarks, which was ending at the end of that month. And then Karen was talking about fundraising, how we're pretty much done. We're going to do Hangry Burger and flocking, and the plant fundraiser is an ongoing thing. That's just about it. Does anybody have any questions about it? No? Will anybody like to make a movement to approve the minutes? Anyone at all?
I approve. Lauren.
I second.
Third.
Third.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Okay.
Thanks, Robin. Chrissy, are you good to go? I know
Yeah.
we've got a couple of things. We have the treasurer's report, but we've got a couple of things to talk through because I saw Chrissy 2 hours ago and we were signing checks that were not a part of it yet.
Yeah. And I'm just like, Robin, I gotta find my report. Oh, let's see. There you go. Oh, it's because I can't see things up top. Lauren, do you have it open?
I
by
do. If you
chance?
stop sharing,
Okay.
I can share.
I appreciate it. I'll stop.
Yours I have. It's just for I thought I did. Yeah.
Do you need me to resend it?
No, I've got it here. It's
Okay,
just
I'm
I have
sorry.
brain frog from being. Why is it not? There we go. All right. You guys
There it
see
is.
that?
Okay. Okay, yes, we can see it. Thank you so much. Okay, so like Lauren said, there's things that are not reflected in here yet. I just picked up 3 checks from Lauren. So the Spirit Wear Commission, I need to add in there. We have some checks that I need to enter from the Spring Fair, the Teacher Appreciation, and I think one more spring or a couple more spring grants. So I'll start with the membership. We had 1 new member join, and I had to pay dues in April for that person. So we're still exceeding our membership goal by about $23. If you move to income and fundraisers, blocking is at $745. That's about $200 more than we had last month. And then restaurant nights is about $620. Yeah, sorry, you can go.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's good.
I
Thanks,
went
Lauren.
too fast.
Yeah. So that's about $60 made since last month. And then if you look at the fundraising event totals, that's $2,037 there. If you move down to others, we're doing well donations, $982.52. And as we mentioned in our last meeting, we voted to purchase $1,000 worth of spirit wear. So we made a bulk purchase of $1,118.44.
Yeah, I will say the
reflected there.
online spiritware has rate, I think I said it already, $315 or something. So that will get updated. I just gave that to Chrissy an hour ago.
Yep. So I'll add that in there. And then our income fundraiser total is about $1,922.28. For events and services, really nothing new to report here for enrichment and the spelling bee. If you move on, Lauren, to fun events, I think it's on that next page. There it is. Looks like we had two ads here. One was the 4th and 5th grade dance. They made about $280 from that, and then we paid the DJ $200 for that event. We had one more expense we needed to pay out if you look at bingo night. So that's a little different than what you would have seen last month. And like I said, we'll have updates to the spring fair. I just need to reflect those there. So right now the fun event totals are $5,360 net year to date. But again, that's going to change. If you look under grants, there's a lot of activity here. Art framing, we had some expenses. We purchased frames there. For the spring grants, it says $2,357.94. Again, that amount will move up. And I'll update that by the next meeting. We spent $217.32 for the teacher retirement celebration that's coming up. That's tomorrow, right? We spent money for the, I think I need to change this. I said we spent money for the book fair, but that might have been a grant that I needed to change.
Yeah, the
Yeah, sorry.
$600 was
Yeah.
for
That was
spring enrichment. It was spring enrichment.
It was, so apologize. Yeah, I think it's updated in here. My notes were from before I did that. And then you'll see the shade coverage project reflected here, that $3,000. We did give money to the 4th and 5th grade dance as a PTA. We gave them $250. And then they spent $146.53. So that's reflected there. And then we expect to pay for the 5th grade field trip soon. I'll probably get something hopefully from Ms. Thibodeau soon. So the grant totals are $3,657 net year to date. I don't have anything new. If you move down under teacher appreciation, I don't have anything new yet there, but again, I expect some invoices will come in. So the total for events and services is, did I mess this up? Why do I have 844? Well, you can see, I'll let you see it there. For admin expenses, I had a bank fee payment. It was like $4. So the total there is $1,307. And then if you scroll to the bottom to the Truist checking account, you'll see right now. Oh, can you see it, Lauren? There you go. We have about $13,653.15 in the bank account, and that's all going to change again.
Yeah,
I went through that. Yeah, we did.
Chrissy wrote
Lots
me
of
a check
spending.
for $900 today, and we still have 5th grade to deal with, among other things. So we will be well under the $10,000 mark. The one other thing I guess I will mention, just for full disclosure, the 4th grade does a food truck project where they learn how to start up, operate, own, run food trucks. And so they had wanted a food truck to come in to kind of celebrate the end of this big project. So the PTA will donate $100 to them, which we can do since it's under the maximum that we need to vote for. But Capital Snow is coming, and I just want to give them a shout out because they were there Friday night as well, and also gave us a percentage of their proceeds, and did so at Beaver Blast Off. And they came and they met our budget, which is not what they should be making. So they heard PTA donated $100, 4th grade had $100 based on the number of students. They said, we'll just take your $200. That's fine. It is not enough to cover what they would normally get. So full disclosure, that's an expense coming, but total PSA, good community business.
Yeah, that for Capital Snow, I have a check here for $69, so that will be added. And then the other check I have was the Garden for Wildlife Incorporated. That was one of our quarter one fundraisers. That's $137.93. So I'll add that. Are there any questions? Okay, I'll turn it back to you, Lauren.
All right. So Lori, I have you up next with like a flocking and teacher appreciation week wrap up. If Lori is here, and if she is not here, oh,
I will let Karen talk about the classes because she kind of took over coordinating them for the spring. But those are coming to an end. But she knows more about that. Teacher Appreciation Week went really well. We ended up getting lots of donations from people for the food cart. So we had a cart that had snacks, healthy snacks that Karen and I went to each room and gave the teachers their choice of what they wanted. And really the only thing I got from that, I bought seltzer water and everything else was donated. So that was so helpful. So if you donated something, thank you.
and we got some monetary donations, some pretty decent
Yes.
for the week in general, I guess.
Definitely there was a lot of that, which we appreciate that too. And then we did like a game with like there's little containers with objects in it and you guessed how much stuff was in the container and then you won a gift card. So that was really my big expense was I bought the gift cards. So I only spent $130. I know Karen bought the ice cream, so I don't know how much she spent on that, but I don't think it was ridiculous. We had a huge budget, which we are way, way under for that. So there'll be stuff extra for next year, which is always good. But yeah, overall it went good. We had a chiropractor come in and give the teachers massages, 10-minute massages, and I think they were all pretty happy with that. I know the masseuses had fun. And yeah, we did the ice cream, and then yeah, they were getting spoiled all week by all the kids doing all the things. So I think it
Unless
went
you're
pretty
my
well.
youngest, who has been carrying cards with gift cards for her teachers back and forth since Friday. She came home with them again today. And
You're
that's
like,
with
you do,
me
you
telling
have
one
to
of her
give them.
teachers. It's fine. It's all
So
good.
funny. I love that. So yeah, unless anyone has any questions, I think it went great. For next year, I'll just have to try to think of, I like to try something different every year, and get feedback from the teachers. So I'll have to see what they liked, what they didn't like this time. We didn't do a traditional meal. So it'll be interesting if they were happy with that, if they want that back. But we'll see. It just seemed a little bit easier for people's schedules, especially because they were doing the testing. So everybody's schedule was a little off anyways with their lunches. But I think it went well. And yeah, thanks Karen for her help. She helped me with that. For flocking, it's been pretty consistent. I'm surprised there hasn't been any for graduation. So I'll probably post something on Facebook with an ad for that because usually we have a few. Maybe someone can message me. The people retiring, if anybody lives in the neighborhood, I can flock their house, but I don't know any of those people where they live. Like
think
I
this
don't,
Pomeroy is too far, right, Chad?
yeah,
Only
I
because
don't,
she likes Kilroy's and
none of them
our
are in
favorite
the,
Chinese restaurant.
none of them are in the neighborhoods.
okay,
But like not in the neighborhood slash too far, is there?
I think the
if they're in like
closest
Annandale,
one,
that's fine.
Miss Nealon's Burke. Miss
Oh,
Pomeroy might be Burke too.
I mean, that's not that
okay, we can
far.
make Miss Nealon happen. I'll be out that way in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that's not far. So yeah, we can certainly do that. And then Mr. Kingsbury won one of the gift cards, so I was very excited for him.
Oh,
He
that's
was
good.
thrilled. He was like, I finally won something. I'm like, my last week of working here. So he was thrilled. So that was great.
I
But
actually won. What did I win?
yeah,
I won one
you won
too,
one, yeah.
but I'm gonna
Yeah.
save and donate it to somebody, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
it was a wide variety of different staff members that won, so that's always great. But yeah, I think it went good. And then, yeah, I'll just post that about flocking for graduation. And then let me know about those two teachers and their addresses if someone has them, because that's not that far. I don't
I
mind
will
going.
get Nealon.
If I can get them both. Laura, if you're in school, or Lauren, I can just, if next time you swing in, if I'm available, I'll get those for
Yeah, we don't want
Okay,
them
that sounds
sketchy
good.
for sketchy reasons.
you.
No, I'm not gonna email them for their personal home address.
So,
We'll let
good.
you do that.
And then Karen, I added things to your, if you didn't look at the agenda
I
since
looked at
you
50
sent
minutes
it,
ago.
haha, I added True Book Fair because I figured.
That's fine. So I can speak a little bit on the classes. The classes are wrapping up. iCode, I think it has, well, actually, Scott would know better than me. I think
2 more weeks. I looked it up
that,
today.
yeah. And then
Thank you,
dance
Scott, for
class-
supervising.
Yes, thank you very much. It helps a lot to have a parent volunteer. And then this week is our second to last class for Glow Dance, and then next Thursday there'll be a parent performance. So if your kids are in that class, you should have gotten an email today actually, asking you to come if you're available to the last 20 minutes of the class. So that's usually pretty cute. Last time they did it, it was a really cute little show. And then that's it for the school year. And then next year, Lori will, take a look and see what she wants to do for fall enrichment. Hangry Burger is tomorrow night. It looks like a really good place to get some burgers, and they have like chicken tenders and stuff. It's almost all gluten-free. It looks like they've got some really strict policies in place according to their website.
It was
So
super good when I was there.
Oh, good. Okay,
Hangry
awesome.
Burger, very good.
Mhm.
What time does
chicken
it start?
The chicken was weird.
The chicken was weird. Okay. I know they use rice flour to coat it. I was reading their website, so maybe it's the rice flour. But anyways, I think it was 4. Let me double check. I think it was 4 to 7, if I'm not mistaken. Let me find that email. But here it is. Let's see. 4 to 8 p.m. Sorry, 4 to 8 p.m. tomorrow. And then what was on here? Plant fundraiser, yeah. So the plant fundraiser was pretty small. I'd like to see if we can make it a little bit bigger, maybe in the fall, for fall planting, but we'll see. Otherwise, we can kind of just, keep it in our back pocket. It's a pretty low level of effort, and we got basically $140 for not doing a whole lot. Robin managed that one, so thank you to Robin for taking care of that.
Karen, I got plants, so I'll let you know if they live. They're
They
in the
better.
ground. They arrived and they're all in the ground. If they live, I'll let you know, and you can have that as a selling point next year.
If they don't live, I want to know so I can yell at them. Flocking, I know Lori already talked about that, so that's going well. True Book Fair. So True Book Fair, I just got the sign up genius finalized and approved yesterday with Miss Madigan. So I don't think that got posted yet. I think that's going out in tomorrow's email, right, Lauren?
Yeah, it'll go in the newsletter tomorrow.
So it'll go out in the newsletter tomorrow. But yeah, she's going to have the same thing as last year, except this year we are looking at doing 3 free books per child instead of 2, which is really exciting. And the bookmark contest winners are currently up in the school in the library. If you're able to go in there at some point, if you're in the school for whatever reason, they've got all the finalists, and then they have the 3 winners. And there's some really good art there. I was really impressed.
Yeah, and we already got speaking of the book, we already got the bookmarks back from the printer too. So of the 3 winners.
Good. Yeah. So the same as last year, the kids will get to write, or get to pick their bookmark with their books. So yeah, and that's pretty much, it's looking pretty smooth. They'll be set up that Friday before Memorial Day weekend on the 24th. If anybody can help with setting up, and then there'll be takedown on the 31st in the afternoon. So, if you're available and you want to go help out during your kids' library time slot, take a look at the sign up genius. It's really fun to see how excited they are, and just, it's really easy and low key thing to do. That's all I have for fundraising, unless I'm forgetting anything. We already talked about spring fair. Yeah, I can't think of anything else right now. I do have a ton of receipts to submit, so I apologize, Chrissy and Lauren. I will be working on those.
Don't apologize. You made it amazing.
Thanks. All right, that's it for me. Chad, looks like you're up next.
For Hangry Burger, do we need a code, or is it just everything that night?
Yeah, everything between those hours of 4 to 8. If you want to say that you're from North, but that helps encourage them to do it again in the future for us, but you don't have to do a flyer or anything like that.
I'll say before Chad goes, for those of you on, when people ask why we have the PTA, what the PTA does, things like the True Book Fair, Spring Fair, grants, the Shade Project, whatever we can dream of for next year. The Shade Project came from a dream last year to be put in the budget this year. That's what we do. So the sky is the limit kind of thing. So just the recipe book unfortunately did not work out, but you know, whatever the thoughts are to improve our school even more than it is already amazing. That's what we're here for. But with that, Chad, what updates do you have for us? I know you have a lot going on.
Testing's been going pretty well. This is math week. Last week we got all the reading done for SOLs. And yeah, for the most part, our scores, we're seeing some improvements. Some really nice surprises from some kids, and so we're pretty happy with that. We do have some retake kids that will qualify for retakes as well. The I think, going down the stretch here, we had the band chorus night, which, as much as the band kids have struggled this year, just having a consistent teacher, they did a nice job. We had top 10, which, I mean, that race was both races, the boys and the girls were amazing. We had the spring fair, and now coming up, we have a kindergarten play. Fifth grade's getting ready for their trip. We have the actual fifth grade play. And the fifth grade promotional ceremony. We have field day coming up. Like, all this fun stuff is getting ready to happen. And so it's really shaping up to be pretty nice. We have a surprise for the kids that I'm not going to give away, but everyone will hear about from the staff, that has to do sort of with maybe a staff like one lapper, but instead of a mile run, but we're pretty excited.
Keep your
And
mouth shut, Chad.
yeah, I
Matt
know.
is on there yelling at you on mute. Keep your mouth shut. The
But
board doesn't even know.
Talking. Stop
We-
talking.
we're pretty excited about that. And then, every time I can get Mets all excited and worked up, it's a good day. I had to go and unlock her bathroom in the gym today because the lock is goofed up. Thankfully, there was no student locked in the bathroom. When it happened last time, we had a student that was locked in the bathroom for like a half hour till I finally figured out a way to rig it and get it open. But now it only takes me about 30 seconds. So that was good today. But we're pretty excited. It's a good end of the year, Kevin had his baby, so that was good. And we are adding quite a bit of staff. When we sat down and I finally put it on my whiteboard this past week, like, I've already hired 11 new folks on staff for next year. And when I count custodial moves and everything else, I still have 11 more people to hire. So it's been a ton of work. We're gonna have probably 20 or so new folks, but a lot of that is, we have 4 kindergarten next year. Our preschool's continuing to grow, and then we have the retirement folks that we had to replace. So it's been we've been doing a ton of interviews. What did I just see? 28 trees. I just saw this in the 28 trees are getting planted October 2nd. That's starting. So I'm going to be
And it
working.
was like 5, it was a lot of different variety, right?
Yes, yeah. I think there's seven different varieties. We're getting some back in. Remember when some of you may remember, before the renovation, even, we used to have like some really beautiful crepe myrtles out front, and so by the cafeteria there in that little nook, and we're going to put trees in there, and hopefully and I will own some of this, we are gonna finish our kindness display and get that out there pretty soon, and then the trees will go around that. And then along the back around the library where there's a patio, we're gonna be putting some trees along that, so there's some shade there. And hopefully eventually, and maybe this would be a nice project for next year, to get some more picnic tables or something that we could anchor there and kind of create an outdoor learning space on the outside of the library. And then we're getting 3, 4, I think it's 7 or 8 directly around the playground itself. And then over to the left of the building by where the new ramp is coming up from Axton, there'll be a few more trees there and a few more out towards the field. But some of them are flowering trees. They're all native species to Virginia. They had to be to go through the grant. They're all well-established trees. None of them are small. They're all probably going to be, the typical trees will probably be 14 to 16 feet already when they're planted. We are going to get the kids involved with the planting process in our eco club to do some digging and planting and take on some of the watering responsibilities too. And as far as the benches go, we're going to get those together and at least get them out there and anchored. We'll move them once we get the trees in place and build the border. They didn't want to build the border until the trees were planted, obviously because they didn't want it being wrecked, but we'll get the benches out there so at least that we can take advantage of the additional seating. And then once the trees are planted, we'll move them. We'll move the anchors.
Chad, I'll talk to you offline because our grant was for $3,000 for the shade project and we got the 2 benches and it was like 18 and change. So we might be able to order 1 picnic table this year, have it come off of this year's budget from the grant money.
Okay. Well, the picnic tables we got through Uline in the courtyard, we got it wasn't the base model. They got the routed edges so they're easier on the legs. And I want to say those were only a couple $100 a piece.
All right. Would Jackie know that?
Yes, yeah, she's got
Okay.
all that.
I'll talk to her.
Oh,
Just because they would prefer us to spend that money this year. So if we
Okay.
can, and
All
then
right, so we might be
more
able to do
later.
that. And then the only thing we'd have to do is get some anchors
Yeah.
into the concrete. We can epoxy them in there and they'd be fine. But that's kind of really, we're just excited to kind of wrap up the year. We got a lot going on, and next year we start a new language arts program, updated math standards. So there's quite a bit that we have to get ready for over the summer as well.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
I was
Can I
gonna
go now?
announce you, but okay.
Okay. You can announce me.
Now, here she is, ready to go.
Here she is,
Um,
frantic and scattered. Everybody loves her, everybody hates her. It's Sumets.
Hey, sir, I hope not.
Oh, stop.
So, I just wanted to bring to the attention, so, we're losing some staff and I'm losing someone that has worked with me for very, very long. And, I'm very nervous about it. And, she helps me with the play every year. And how am I just staring at Chad here? Okay. She helps me with the play every year. And, everybody loves their kid to be in the play, and all the kids, that's their thing. They look forward to being in the play, and they start in kindergarten, and their question to me every year is, what's the play going to be when I'm in the play? Well, I'm really not sure I'm going to be able to do the play even next year without my cohort. And I know some of your kids, I don't even know who's on here. Maybe your kids are going to be in 5th grade or their 4th grade going to be in 5th grade. And, I just don't know if everybody understands. And I know maybe you guys do, but we don't get paid for this, and we don't get anything from this. And it is hours hours and hours and hundreds of hours. And to get someone to help me is a lot. And I'm going to need help if I want to keep going on with this. So I'm just putting it out to the PTA that it's not like I'll help you when I can. I need help, like real committed help from somebody. You know, Jen Haywood and I started this back, what, 18, I don't know, Chad, 18 years ago. And I'm talking, it's a part-time job. And
The play was, I think, it's been 15 years, I think, for the
yeah.
play.
Yeah, I mean, actually my star of the Willy Wonka, she graduated college, I guess, 3 years ago at this point.
2 years ago.
And it's like, if you like our shows, I mean, I don't know if anyone have seen our shows. Maybe you guys don't even know what I'm talking about, but our shows are pretty good. If you've seen them before COVID, I think they're pretty good. And if you want your kid to be in a show, I'm going to need help. So I don't know if we can get the PTA to try to help me get someone, even if it's a team of parents, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a 5th grade parent. Because we want them to enjoy the show. You know, maybe we could start younger and then but I'm going to need help. I just can't do it by myself.
Yeah, it's nuts. I will say, as my oldest is in 3rd, right? He was a COVID kindergartner. I didn't know anything about the play until last year.
Yeah.
And even then, that was limited. There is a play. It is this. No, we can't go because you have ballet. So I don't know that people really understand, and I could be misspeaking. Maybe the Pulliams, I mean, Wesley's older, so you probably had experience with it before, but for like Karen and the rest, I'm
Okay,
not
so
convinced
our
people know
plays,
what a big deal it is. I
okay,
know now from talking to you, but
our
before that, I
okay,
did
that's a good
not.
question. Well, so our plays are a huge situation. We start in September and we go the entire year. And the 5th grade basically dedicates their life to it. I see Chrissy shaking her head. And the 5th grade is just like, they love it more than anything. And the kids grow up like just dying to be in the play. And it's starting to take momentum again after COVID. Before COVID, it was like, and that's starting to get that way again now after our last year's play, which was such a hit. They would just die to know the next year's show and just, you know, practice and practice and practice. And everybody wanted to be in the show. And it's just a very big deal at North Springfield. And it's like a Broadway show. It's like, I mean, I'm not saying that like it's Broadway. I'm just saying it's like, it's a huge production. We have sets and everything. I mean, we make our own costumes. Miss Thibodeau makes the costumes. They're gorgeous. We get set designs. We have makeup done. We have makeup artists come in. It's a musical. Has anyone I mean, I'm asking anyone on this, I don't know who's here. Has anyone seen our shows before that can help? Liz Rogers, her son was Baloo. I mean, come on, Liz, chime in.
It was fabulous last year. It was fabulous.
Liz, are you
I'll
there?
say, I don't
Liz,
know
are
if
you
Liz is,
listening?
I'll say my daughter, Eva's in the play, and it's such a growth experience for them. She was shy and timid and afraid to try out. And now all we hear about is the play. When she's with her friends, they're singing the songs and doing the dances. It's a really, really big deal. It's like a huge part of the 5th grade experience. So thank you, Miss Metz. It's incredible.
Oh, you're welcome.
Can
We've been
come
doing
up
it
with
forever.
some, like very specific, can we maybe come up with some specific offline, not now, volunteer roles that you need that we
The
can try
main
and-
volunteer role, this is what I need. The main volunteer role I need is someone to help backstage, to help with set design, to help us with stage crew and the backstage stuff. That's the main thing I need. So yes, we can talk about it, but
Yeah.
that's what I really
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, I
But
think, Ms. Betts, I think the PTA can definitely help out. I think we should just set up a meeting sometime to go over, you know, the time period, number of months,
Oh, there's
the hours.
Liz.
Yeah.
Liz, tell them about the play.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't figure out how to do the camera. I will just say, and I get teary talking about it because I just read in Charlie's yearbook, who is Baloo, his favorite memory of elementary school was being Baloo. It's unbelievable what I just get teary because it was so amazing. And the effort that you all put in and the kids, it's like the most amazing culmination of their time at North Springfield. Like, it's amazing. And I did the cast party. They have a cast party at the end, which you do a theme and the kids come together, and it's like the sweetest, cutest thing you've ever seen. And, you know, it's like a club. It's drama club. They come, they practice all year. They make friends that they weren't friends with before. It's just amazing. And like Theo was obsessed with it last year. He's obsessed with it. He can't wait to do it. So we have to keep it going no matter what. It's just amazing.
Thank you. I was like, Liz, where are you? Come here. All right. Yes, if we can have a meeting, that would be
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by meeting, yeah, we'll
Thank-
meet. I
All right,
yeah, I want
just
to
wanted
outline
to-
some things
thank
because I
you.
haven't gotten to be a part of it.
I also told Sue that there are going to be 23 or so new staff members that have no idea, and she can sink her claws into them.
Oh, out of 23, you could at least get 5.
I would, well, we're hoping for 1 or 2. That's 5.
5. No, 5. That's a
But
quarter.
everyone will see a different side of Miss Metz because I'm a very mean director. I tell them to go home and cry in their pillows. Anyway, continue on with this meeting.
We're good. I think you're ending our meeting. I don't know. Does anyone else have anything else?
Oh, field day. I need field day volunteers.
Okay. Yeah, and
Field
I'm
day volunteers.
I'm
I
guilty
sent
of that
out the
too.
message.
Yeah. Field day, you're going out in the newsletter tomorrow.
You
Thank
got
you.
both of us. He turned the forms in today.
Yeah, I got them.
Boys
Thank
are
you.
coming.
Awesome.
Yeah, I emailed my form to you. I emailed my form to you, Miss Mads.
Yep.
What's the date for the school play this year?
May 30th and 31st.
Okay.
And how do you get tickets?
They're free. You just come and shop. We don't ever ask for money. We want everybody to enjoy. We only ask for donations at the show.
Okay.
Ms. Matt.
We don't look at this as any fundraiser. We just want, because we want everyone to come.
No, it's not a fundraiser. Oh boy.
No,
A
no way.
dollar. A dollar.
We never will do that. Nope, we'll never do it. I will never charge for this play.
I know
You
you
can
won't.
donate. We send around donate. I beg, but don't worry. I beg for money at the show, like literally on my hands and knees. You get more money that way anyway.
Who else? Who else has questions? Things to be shared? Anything?
Who else is afraid to ask Miss Metz another question?
I don't know. I'm afraid my 3rd grader came home today and told me he did his SOL in 15 minutes. I said, I hope you have a very poor sense of time because I don't think that's right. But
He might have. We're doing bikes now with 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade in PE.
and he also doesn't like that.
Great.
Doesn't want to ride a bike. No idea.
He'll learn.
He does not want to learn to ride a bike, but will join a random basketball team led by a neighbor for the summer league. It's all good. We're good
All
here.
good.
Miss
All
Metz,
right.
Bobby.
All
Yeah.
right, guys.
What?
Oh, Bobby, what's up?
No, Miss Metz, has there ever been like an option that like reaching out to Mason or any of the schools that have people who are majoring in drama or something like that who are trying to, get experience or anything like that, or using high schoolers for volunteer hours and such for any of those?
Well, I've used middle schooler stuff on the day of, but we can't use them during during school hours and stuff like that. But I've never thought of Mason. I only need like 1 or 2 people. So like if we can find someone good for like 1 or 2 people, that would be great. So I never thought to ask anybody like that. No. But if
Okay.
you can think of it, if you have an idea about how to do it, definitely if we can talk, that'd be great.
Okay.
I was just talking to the phone like that.
Oh,
Okay.
anyone else? Chad? Williams, Bobby,
No, I
Karen.
won't scare any more parents away.
No, we'll just
Stop
scare them
saying
next
that.
time. All right, guys. Well, thank you. And remember to think of a final person for audit committee for next month. And next month is the real important one. We really have to have a quorum in order to elect our new officers and maybe vote on some summer spending. So with that, I'm gonna put myself to bed.